Heads up, eyes open, the fist click. Y'all know what this is. Now we do this, y'all. Let's get locked and loaded for another episode of Freedom on Radio here, Intellectual Radio. I need y'all, make sure y'all tap in with us. You know what I'm saying? 708-223-8953. I get the coffee, so I'm coming in a little late. Quality time, I wait quantity time. I got the word. I missed a lot of them comments the other day when we was going last week's show. So I'm trying to catch y'all this time. So tap in with us. We're gonna go straight in with it. Man, good to see y'all tapping in. Well, I think I can see some of the comments on Facebook. We on live on Facebook. We on IntellectualRadio.com live. We on Instagram. .com. Okay, got be more in the building. Show you right. That's what I'm talking about, y'all. Put the word out. I know we live and direct. Make sure y'all subscribe to Chairman Fred Jr., Chairman Fred Jr., Chairman Fred Jr. Live on Chairman Fred Jr. on YouTube. Our flyer is not prepared, but we're gonna get the flyer done for just for the record, so we can have it. Okay. Oh, we got Mississippi in the building, y'all. Yeah. Yes, indeed. I need those pictures. Yeah, we got Mississippi in the building. You know what I'm saying? Mississippi, we coming that way soon, y'all. We got a Zoom meeting tonight. So those who got my contact, text me. We're gonna have a Zoom meeting tonight. We're moving late. We're trying to pull together resources for this trip, y'all. We get this the annual trip. If y'all don't know, y'all should know. And the Panther Pilgrimage, Cub Caravan down in Louisiana to see Chairman Fred. He's buried there. Every Father's Day we go down there. Don't say, I forgot, I didn't know, because the police, law enforcement shoot this tombstone up every year around December. They don't forget. They don't need no flyers. They on point. They be on time. They down there. You did. And a lot of people say, "What, man? How you feel about that?" I'm on it. I'm on it. He's from the graveyard. He's shaking them up. From the graveyard, he's shaking them up. You dig? It was during the era of chattel slavery. They say on the plantation owners will tell their children, you better be good before the ghost of Reverend Nat Turner get you. You did. That's when you live it. You know what I'm saying? Me and my brother just talking about them from that legacy dynamic. And not just your allies and your family, your adversaries. When they remember you, you know what I'm saying? Hey, you live. So it's going down this, we head that way. I need to get the Clinch Fish salute. Let me get a few things, a few PSAs, people service announcements. The Unity Movement with Brother Golden Child in Chicago. Make sure y'all follow him. That's GOAL, like a Golden Child. This young brother, man. The Unity Movement had a phenomenal mobilization. A lot of forces came out. You dig? Student Minister Caleb Muhammad, General James, Minister Azim. Speaking of him, I'm gonna have to draft him for. I'm gonna have to draft him for the fundraiser on us. I wish I need him online if he can call in now. I seen this brother right there in front of my own eyes. That's what, man. After the mobilization, you had brother Eric Mobley and all the brothers ancestors New Era Chicago. They was there. It was a lot of forces there, but Minister Aziz, General James. I say General James sometimes too because I still reference him sometimes. I remember back in the day in Chicago, soldiers at war. You dig? That was the brothers hitting the ground. They had the black and orange on soldiers at war. And man, this man raised $1,000 right there. Amongst the brothers, called for it, break it down the significance how we need resources and got it. Got it in there. So we gonna need some. Put the word out. We need people to get. We need some support. We need that cash out reposted. $ save the Hampton House. Get it in. We can get this trip together. Get a Zoom. We gonna stop in New Orleans. We showing the movie in New Orleans. When I say the movie, to my Judas and the Black Messiah. If you don't know about it now, you gotta ask somebody. Judas and the Black Messiah, showing that on the 13th, and we planning on the 14th is the birthday of Alton Sterling. Those who don't remember Alton Sterling, Baton Rouge, you right in front of the Triple S store. Brothers got those DVDs. He was choked, shot, murdered by Baton Rouge police. We're gonna be acknowledging his birthday on June 14th. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna do feed them all. Y'all know we say free them all, feed them all. Gonna be feeding the people in Baton Rouge. Then we're gonna go saying touchdown. My sister V and others, his family. We have a big cookout. You know what I'm saying? I cracked to my sister. She say she got 6 bags of crawfish. And then I asked, I said, well, that's cool, but what everybody else gonna eat? You know what I'm saying? I said, I appreciate you having me covered, but what everybody else gonna eat? So we laughed about that. So I can't wait to see it. You did. That's happening. So that's on the schedule. So we need support. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna do this trip. If you can't go down there, whatever you can. We get the brother Eric from Broken Wings. You know what I'm saying? He gonna be rolling down our woods. Got number of forces, but we need support. Get their funds in. Dollars. And fundraising really ain't my strong point. I was acknowledged. I mean the brother how he did it. It felt good. You know what I'm saying? To donate. But it's just something. It really ain't my strong point. So I'm forcing myself even to deal with it. To put a call out. I mean, speaking of which, you're gonna be also, we trying to up the ante on get these some basic repairs at the Hampton House. And while we're doing that, we're gonna be going live, calling on some support too, some financial support with that. You know, while the work is going on. But that's again, really, it's hard for me to even ask for resources. But you know, what I'm saying, in a war, you know what I'm saying, you need a war chest, you need resources. So we're going to see Chairman Fred. We headed down that way. You did. So we're gonna need y'all support. Again, that's $ Save the Hampton House. If you go to PayPal, Chairman Fred Jr. at gmail.com. Call in 708-223-8953. So we're talking about a number of different things. Again, the flyer is not done right now. We're gonna have the flyer ready for after this. So just for the record, you know what I'm saying? It's gonna be going down. Oh man, so we in spirit of making history, taking history, and taping history, y'all. It's an annual move we do, but this is gonna be super significant, y'all. We always say we're trying to up the ante. You know, those who was able to go down there with us a few years ago, we got the bulletproof casing, not the cover. Because remember, it was a big debate. You know what I'm saying? We said, let's get a cover. I said, no. We talk about my sister, Kanasha, Bobby Hutton's niece. Hey, my sister, right on. Free them all. Love and respect. Good to see y'all. Yes, indeed, in the building. Right on. Mr. Henry, Krista in the building. Yes, indeed. Minnesota represented y'all, you know what I'm saying? Khalil Abdullah, respect, right on, free them all. Yes, indeed. Okay, Abdullah, you remember the Soldiers at War? Yeah. So, Brother General James, they was up here. That was a powerful event. The tombstone where Chairman Fred is buried at, give you a little background, a little background. He's buried in Haynesville, Louisiana. And it's a number of reasons, but in particular, his grandfather, my great-grandfather, love you, right, Black sis, his, make sure the grandchildren tapping in too. Let me, talk, y'all know how I be moving, swerving through the expressways, so stick with me. I really want to stress y'all, make this a family affair. Get your children, your grandchildren, man, your relationships, you know what I'm saying? Tie this in, sit back. Like Ryan Coogler said, he want to make movie going, bring it back to that experience, getting the popcorn, the family watching the movie. You really shaking this. I want this to be, some people tune in to Free of My Radio, you know what I'm saying? Get your a lot of times we say, oh, there's some youngsters, they not, no, get them children on this. Get your, you know what I'm saying? Call each other, say, hey, you know what time it is? It's Wednesday, it's that time. And we finna up the ante. I got some more my Forces, Rock Truth, and some others. We up in ante, you know what I'm saying? Y'all seen that, how we had the professionalism with the screen, everything last week. People still buzzing from interview, myself and Larry Hoover Jr., so we gonna up the ante, you know what I'm saying, with the professionalism, all that, you know what I'm saying. But again, we need y'all support. So we gonna so if you need to take a breather, say hold on, call your cousin, you know what I'm saying, your guy, your lady. This helps a relationship. But brother, I was today on Madison and Western today earlier, and I was taking a brother through the neighborhood when I'm talking, and this young brother, he came over there, he said, man, Chairman Fred, ain't seen you so many years, man. He said him and his girls, him and his lady, they was walking down the street, he said they was arguing. He said, oh, this is a chairman. He said, hold on, he said we can't be arguing. And I feel honored, you know what I'm saying, that we, you know what I'm saying, it helps, you know, the aura, the energy, you know what I'm saying, we end up having a good discussion. With that being said, y'all, Cool Hand series in the building, y'all. This I can't. We've been doing some phenomenal moves, y'all. You know what I'm saying, we say the movement continues, the movie continues. The ongoing relationship since the Judas and the Black Messiah is, it's continuously growing. And you know what I'm saying, man, meeting more and more phenomenal people. You know what I'm saying. This, you know what I'm saying, this like we say about the politics in general, the moves, you know what I'm saying, like Judas and the Black Messiah, it is not a one hit wonder. I'm talking about the trickle down impact is phenomenal. So I'll tell you a little bit why Chairman Fred is buried down in Haynesville, Louisiana. His grandfather, my great grandfather, even when I think about him, I can smell his tobacco, his smoke in his pipe, his tobacco smoke, and just I remember him even getting his shotgun, and I recall Mother Comrade Akua telling me stories that Chairman told her about him, his grandfather, my great grandfather. So we thought it was imperative, so he get back down there with how we refer to him as Two Big Daddy. So we going down there to see them, this Father's Day. So we work on the Zoom meeting after this. So So y'all hit me up that like yell a Zoom link to touch down there. So again, $ save the Hampton House. You can put in that note. This is for the annual trip, Father's Day trip to see Chairman Fred. So that's what's going on down there with that. Got so much to talk about. That's gonna be Louisiana. So again, we're gonna be showing a movie at the African American Museum in New Orleans, Louisiana. That's on the 13th. The 14th, we will be in Baton Rouge with the Alton Sterling family. Y'all remember Alton Sterling? And the 15th, so we'll be in Haynesville, Louisiana. Again, Haynesville, Louisiana. Going to see Chairman Fred. So put that on your calendar. We need your support. Put the word out that's happening. There's so much subject matter to discuss. I also want to talk about an event, some situation. It was yesterday, June 9th. I'll be like, I'll get my days mixed up. Few months ago, I went to speak at the elementary school. A few months ago, elementary school. We got there at this elementary school, and it's a discussion about an annex, a part of the school being named in honor of Chairman Fred. And when I get there, it was sometimes status. A lot of times, even with the children, so it was some were nonchalant, some was very that one young youngster you could see like laying down like he didn't want to be there, like literally. And when I come in, I'm not cutting no corners. I said, this young man, he can leave. So you don't, because see, I think a lot of times, even with children, with people in general, with children also in particular, I'm not a gardener, but I know some basics about gardening. So you some vegetation, you see when they get rotten or sport, and you can't be a gardener, a person with a green thumb, and that you can't be liberal with that. You can't just say, oh well, they'll give it another chance, because it impacts the other vegetation. You dig? And you got to move on it fast. And I would call this question, I've done it a number of times with just with children. I would come in, people, I say everybody, even children have a political line. Yes, you're doing your developmental stages. It's studies. You are not until we have a reactionary assessment. We just say, well, this just started. No, some certain dynamics. This system who mastered the art of chattel slavery. They would pick. They would study our body size, our body makeup. So also, say a psychological profile. Who to use for the breeding. Who would they send to the Virginians for the tobacco fields, or the Mississippi for the cotton fields. What I'm saying? This system had it down. Also have it down to science. So I had calls for some of these young individuals to lead a room, and some people was very liberal. They're like, "Oh man, they're the children." I said, "Oh." I said, "This here, all due respect, ain't no milk in my chest. I ain't breastfeeding none of these shorties. You know what I'm saying? I ain't up with none of that. We had called a question, and we love the people. You know what I'm saying? And the serious, sometimes it's a burden to see what we're dealing with, the seriousness of what we're dealing with. And I'm telling you, wish you didn't know. We wish we can afford the luxury to hee-haw, as Chairman Fred said, cats want to hee-haw and funny tickle, play games. But don't get me wrong, we have a good time. But really to see certain dynamics, the detriment, what could be happening. You can see past. You don't need like present climate. A lot of people are seeing certain situations now because they're getting a crash course in America. We're going to talk about that very shortly. And so we had called a question. Some people, you can see it kind of rub some people the wrong way. But anyway, fast forward to these same children about to graduate 2 days ago. It was these same children that said, we want Chairman Fred to come speak up, be our keynote commencement speaker at our graduation. They respected the structure. I tell people, I said, with me, I recall in my life that structure, that, you know what I'm saying? You know, and again, not the people dealing absolutes, you know what I'm saying? But this strict hand, or, you know what I'm saying? But the love for, you know what I'm saying? We love people to not get it twisted, you know what I'm saying? Not get it twisted. You dig? I'm gonna catch up with y'all in 1 second. I see the comments popping in. I'm tripping because Facebook used. I ain't gonna say nothing because they might say, yeah. I'm gonna leave it. I get my comments in on Facebook. I'm gonna leave it at that. You know what I'm saying? Ain't gonna jinx them. Knock on wood. I don't see the. I don't think got me on hold for the comments on what is this? What is this? Chat. Oh, I can't see the on YouTube. I'm on YouTube, Chairman Fred Jr. I don't know what I can't see no. Oh damn! I done messed up. Here I go, pressing something. See, I done messed up, y'all. I should have touched nothing. Okay, I think I'm back. Leave it at that. Ain't broke, don't fix it. See, leave it to me. We'll be on 2 tin cans in the string communicating, y'all. So I ain't gonna touch nothing. I'm gonna hold fast. So the graduation speech at the school, these youngsters, it was I was inspired, I was honored, I am honored, I'm humbled to be there and to speak. And you know, so I'm proud of y'all. So I know some of them tuning in, they were leaving 8th grade. And it was good to see them. You did look forward to seeing them in the future, you know what I'm saying, on a continuous relationship. Then ironically, mind you, this is June 9th. And Melissa, hey, hold on, because I was just that's a subject matter in a minute. I just came across a picture. Your pops, yeah, that picture, Chairman Fred and Chairman Chacha in that winter. I just came across that picture and I was talking about that right on. We gotta catch up, sis. Good, man. Good to see you. Good to see you, Pope. I gotta get to Chicago soon, or vice versa. Yeah, we're gonna talk about that. That's coming about this time. The dynamics was going on, race relations, combating liberalism, so on and so forth, and give you some templates, some examples. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times people, man, I'm coming from a cloth of seeing some real deal principle coalitions, some real deal scientific relationships. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna talk about that. Yeah. So, June 9th, I speak at the 8th grade. Let me bet my soul for a minute too, because I went through. Let me bet my soul, because I can't go too deep. You know what I'm saying? Because you know what I'm saying, you can't never let the system see us sweat, never. But just from the background you be going through, because sometimes I'll be we hit the road, Detroit, Minnesota. And you battle, you know what I'm saying? You dealing with different individuals, different energy. And I tell people, you have no idea, believe me, the struggles. I say, man, I tell people, I say, I say, you gotta be careful, like even in relationships. You are, you know what I'm saying? You coming in contact with different people, and I'm not talking about the physical, then I'm talking about just the energy, the emotionalism, you know, some different dynamics. And when you organizing, woo, man. When you organize it and for the greater good for the people, I'm talking about I have situations, I can tell you some, man, I have come back in the house after some meetings and people say, Cham, what's the hold up? I say, I can take a shower. He said, Cham, you just washed up. I said, no, believe me, let me take a shower. You know what I'm saying? I have left some meetings like that. And it's a hell of a thing. It's a hell of a thing, man, you know. And you know, a lot of people romanticize this. Oh, that's beautiful. You know what I'm saying? How we fought together, but man, this system has done a job on our communities. They have done a job. I'm telling you, they have done a job. They have done a job. So that morning for the graduation, I'm moving fast. I not to go too much. I don't get, let's say TMI, too much information. I get my clothes and all this. So I'm going through a situation. So my stuff is in storage. So you know what I'm saying? So Storage door locked. You know what I'm saying? It get kind of crazy. That them, you know what I'm saying? And I said, man, how this gonna happen? You know what I'm saying? And they call us. I can't let these children down for this graduation. I said, let me get my shoe. Anyway, cut to the chase to work out, get there, speak to the youngsters, speak to the people. Then we would go to the funeral services for those some brothers and sisters we affectionately I refer to as big brother and big sister, the agency's mother comrade, her condolences to her. And this is, even these relationships, it's political, you know what I'm saying? Because we distinguish a war from a revolution. You know, I thought people talking about, well, the people, how you revolutionary, you need to, take into account, the people. I said, y'all, the love for the people, as Commandante Ernesto Che Guevara said, no matter how preposterous it may sound, a revolutionary is guided by the most sincere sentiments of love. You know what I'm saying? You got people who just fight because they hate the system. But, crazy as it sounds, it's a love for the people. So these moves, you know what I'm saying, it's a connection that you have to have. And as Chairman Fred, we feel a beat of the people. So go through those. It was a day, one of our days going through battle fatigue, like literally going through battle fatigue. There's a lot of struggles I don't even go into, you know what I'm saying, battle fatigue. And come back. So when our ranking fireman was a comrade, we at the Hampton House, we still trying to get that repaired, a lot of stuff, and I'm even going through a situation with that. We trying to get even to get the rehab work done. I told people, I say, I'm so hopeful for this next situation because even I have never in my life had a good experience with some contractors. Never in my life. And that as a child, I remember these Negroes, you know what I'm saying, messing us over. I remember it's even up to present day. These, you know what I'm saying, some of these, organizations that come through, oh yeah, we love you, you love your father, love to work your mother. You know what I'm saying? My mother house, never in my, and that impacts me. I've never, and see, so I'm hoping this situation right now works out good. I'm really hoping. I'm on pins and needles. So I don't come out with a negative experience, especially in particular with black contractors. Yeah. See, I'm an adult. And it sticks in my mind the bad experience I've had with contractors. You feel what I'm saying? And so I'm stick with me. I'm gonna tie this in. And then I don't, I'm saying, I call myself. I sometimes listen to myself. I was like sounding like Archie Bunker about these black contractors. Like, man, Mike Else did a comedy skit about it. But you have to take into account your experiences and lack of experiences. You know what I'm saying? And we're gonna follow about this discussion about people talking about coalition, how you feel about the black and the brown community. It's certain things that can be correlated to that of the gender issue. A lot of people, I say, hey, I don't force, you know what I'm saying? You gotta take into account who people coming in contact with. You know what I'm saying? And, a lot of people, I say, you can never come tell me, oh man, I even told the brothers I'm dealing with now. I said, listen, I'm kind of damaged, you know what I'm saying? So with this contracting, so I'm the history with it. You know what I'm saying? And I hate to have that blanket assessment. I'm hoping this work out so I don't have that. I don't be tainted by that. And I'm coming from a deficit. You have to take into account some individuals, their first contact, whether it be a sperm donor or a birth canal. Yeah. I didn't say mother and father. Whether it be a sperm donor or a birth canal, the damage that sticks with them. You know what I'm saying? You'll say it's hard for you to combat that. I'm gonna tell you a situation one time. I'm in Cook County Jail. I come back from court. So I come back, all the guards, everybody at the bars waiting at the thing. So what's going on? So young brother said, man, this shorty, man, they sent his mail back from me, sent some mail to his mother. I said, okay, what's happening? They said, man, dude, shorty had literally put some feces, some his waste, human waste, inside a mail envelope and sent it to his mother. So like this a real deal. This is in Cook County Jail. So the mail come back to him. So I said, whoa. So I said, hold on, we'll deal with that. I said, y'all know we don't get out. And it's not from them guards, man. I said, wait after they lock down the count. We'll talk. We'll talk to them. So everybody, what's happening. So I go down after the count. They do the count. They lock down. I go down there to the cell with them. I said, let me talk to you, man, for a minute. I say, he did this here. I say, hey man, that's a no-go. I don't know how, what I'm saying, when you get, what possess you to do something like that? That's a no-go, you know what I'm saying, Joe, you know what I'm saying? before I can even finish saying this, I know he tells me and shows me a letter his mother had, this lady, this female had sent him. And you know, what she couldn't send no finance and what she doing with the money, so on and so forth. It was cutting me. It was cutting it cut me. It cut me what you know what I'm saying, when he telling me this. And it cut me with that. I mean, when she said what she did, she telling him the money she had, what she did with it. I'm not going to go into detail what she said she did with it. And to tell him this, it hit me so, it cut me so deep. I got on the bunk, man, and I literally put the sheets over my head, you know. And he said, Chairman, what's happening? He said, Chairman, you was talking? And it humbled me. It humbled me. Because I went in with the foregone conclusion. You know what I'm saying? I'll do an incorrect foregone conclusion. In fact, Chairman Fred would always say, man, well, the reason why we do a lot of talking because there are no foregone conclusions with us. See, you just can't be out there on the expressway driving, nigga, everybody got common sense. You just, you know what I'm saying? You just can't be out there, you know what I'm saying, thinking everybody, you know what I'm saying, come with certain situations. You just certain, you know, when I'm organized, you gotta take all type of dynamics into account. And people may have the outer appearance that y'all come from the same walk of life or the same experience, but you never know what you're dealing with. And that situation humbled me, man. I forgot what I was going through. I literally just went back to Cook County Jail, Division 6. Now Division 1. Now that was Division 1. No, Division 6. That was Division 6. You know, and that, I mean, he cut me, and I recall that. So I'm back to this construction. I'm really, because you don't want to be tainted by that. See, it's one thing to get hit at a certain period, you know what I'm saying, a certain period in life with certain situations. You know what I'm saying? But they what you call developmental stages. You know, so your brain, is forming to who you are. You know what I'm saying? I was fortunate to grow up, you know, hear different stories, and you know what I'm saying. And you in certain stages when you got your stuff together, your body can take certain hits. It's like even food. You know what I'm saying? It's one thing for us at a certain age to be, you know, hot cheese doodles and so on and so forth. But a certain child, a developmental stage, they be their first concept of a meal. You know what I'm saying? It impacts them. You know what I'm saying? To never sit at a table. You know what I'm saying? Nipsey Hussle talks about how when he went back to Eritrea, his homeland, he recalls, you know what I'm saying, they shutting everything down, all the jobs. And their father, the community come back there, saying they call it dawn, they call it prayer, sitting with his family, his community, that impacted him. You know what I'm saying? So these are different, you gotta be cognizant of that. A brother told me, y'all probably know this brother named Yaya. Nigga, on Facebook, Yaya Hersey. I'm talking, man, this brother been doing some phenomenal moves lately. I'm talking phenomenal moves. I'm checking them out. I'm watching. I said, man, this event, the different organizations he moving. So I put his coattail. I said, man, young brother. I said, man, hey, there's a march we just had recently. One of the marches. There's been so many marches. Let me say them. These marches lately. This ain't been no state sanctioned softball marches. I'm telling you, how you go there, people do, stop the violence. You can go, go about their business. Man, there's been some real energy with these marches lately. I'm telling you, I just mentioned one with the brother Golden Child with the Unity movement. I'm talking about, it's been back to back. I'm talking about before that, David Barksdale's birthday, Brother Percy, and them, you know what I'm saying? Look at these people on Facebook. Look at pull them up. Mustafa Keita, I'm talking about, man. The mobilization with that. Little Larry, I'm telling you, don't get me wrong, it be different contradictions, but however, it's authentic. And we're gonna talk about that too, the stage the game we in. It's authentic. And so I tell him, the brother, I said, man, you've been making some hell of a move. He said, Chairman, you don't really recall me like our history, do you? I said, I think I do. He said, no. He said, no, he said, listen, he said, used to have these meetings on 55th and Paulina in the basement of a church. I said, damn, I said, no, you talking about? I done referenced this a lot of times myself. I talk about it. When I talk about on the first book deal, it was brought to my mother and the principal stand she took then. That sticks in my mind. That sticks in my mind as a child. You know what I'm saying? The principal stand she took, there was no heat in our house, no gas off, house freezing, and they brought a book deal to it, and she told me how they talked about the police like in a glorifying way, and I'm like, man, this what's happening? I say, this gonna, the heat gonna get turned on. She said, this a no go. This a no go. This the stand. That sticks with me. So I'm able to see. A lot of people say, man, well, I ain't watched the movie because I ain't know Hollywood. I say, oh, you dealing with a cat that's cut from this particular cloth. I look at the proto. I got a template. I got how Minister U.E.P. Newton dealt with the producers of the Mac. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? How he approached them. Sweetback's badass song. It's a lineage on how to deal with certain dynamics. So I tell people, I don't recommend everybody deal with that. You know what I'm saying? Because if you talking, man, Chairman, you be dealing with you be in Ireland. We see you talking about different other cultures, nationalities. I say I don't recommend everybody do that. I'm on with a politic that, you know what I'm saying, to deal with these different dynamics scientifically. You know what I'm saying? I don't recommend everybody eat Chinese food. I really don't. Because some cats don't know who they are. They'll come out thinking they Bruce Lee. You know what I'm saying? I don't recommend you do not go to a block party if you don't know your own address. I'm clear on who I am. I'm clear. You know what I'm saying? I'm clear the cloth I come from. I don't need no more pope to tell me who I am. None of that. I'm clear who I am. You dig? And see, under contested conditions, because even if I don't know, the state remind me. They remind me who I am. You dig? So that's I'll talk about them. I'm tying everything in the marches and these different was happening. But my point was, what was I at the first? I want to say I'm so many things I want to talk about today. So much I want to talk about today. Let me see. It'll come back to me. Bear with me, y'all. Bear with me. No, excuse me. We say, cub with me. Panther cub with me. So, okay, the march. Okay, the march is good. Help me out with something else. I want to talk about this interview. I went live earlier. Let me get it off my chest too. Not what part of the main danger just touched in. It's a case. I wish you could have been at that event since Foodie they touched down over there. I want to put a call out because in Minnesota, got a issue with Denise's son. I don't know the details, but we need some legal assistance on, you know what I'm saying? So those who in Minnesota, close to Minnesota, some legal assistance, you did. And I know it was a travel issue, you know what I'm saying, 2 hours away from there, but I need y'all, you know what I'm saying, to help me, you know what I'm saying, help me help you. I need you to be on deck so I have that face right there. So I put the call out, you know what I'm saying, you right there, you know what I'm saying? But hit her Facebook, you know what I'm saying, inbox, or you know what I'm saying, get in contact with some legal assistance down there, see what we're dealing with, you did. And all over the country this month. Hey, I said I gotta be careful. I said I'm be like them comedians, that comedian on one of those commercials. Come on, I love y'all. We love y'all, Detroit, and they snap out. This ain't no damn Detroit. This Ohio. You know what I'm saying? I said, but hey, this is an addiction. It's an addiction. I know it. You know what I'm saying? The love for the people, the good, the bad, and the ugly. I'm talking the struggles. And I'm constantly learning. And I had to catch myself because I heard this when Chairman Fred got out. He was like on makeup time. You know, hey, they just stole a lot from us. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes I feel that way too. That they, you know, I say, damn, I think about, I say, man, and I don't know who I'm gonna miss. That's why I be like even when you know what I'm saying, I believe when I left Minnesota, like, man, I tell people, so it'd be hard for people to deal with. Like, I go through security, I go through people to my chairman, you need a secretary. I say I go through secretary, man. It's hard for people to keep up with me because this is my addiction. None of them producers can stick with Tupac. They say Dr. Dre, DJ Quick, they still try to catch up Pac. Pac, no, man, when you know that you on, man, when he was in the hospital when he got shot up, Tretch said, man, the man said, I got to get me up out of here, man. You know what you're dealing with. You know what I'm saying? You got to get out, and when you done kiss the casket, and you done tango with torture, and you done dance with death, you don't know when can be your. And I don't sound like I'm macabre, I'm crying the blues, but believe me, I'm telling you, I'm not tripping. I'm saying it the most. I'm not in no eerie way. I'm not tripping. I'm the man. How they say in Churchill called it this man. It's like, man, to serve the people. I am, man. It's different between living in existence, but I want to make sure. I be concerned. Like, go back, talk to this brother, talk to this sister, talk to this individual. I know in my life, I look back at certain individuals that I was fortunate to come into contact with, even if they legend, they legacy, their impact, you know what I'm saying? Contradictions and all. You know what I'm saying? And Pac say, our pros outweigh our cons. And you know what I'm saying? To be able to lead that collective, we deprived of examples. You know what I'm saying? They give us people who cannot relate to us. You know what I'm saying? And it's not tough enough to deal with the conditions. It can't even handle the weather that I'm subjected to, let alone the conditions. And you know what I'm saying? You never know who you're impacting, so to be cognizant of that all the time. I had a struggle with an individual earlier. I'm gonna get this off my chest too. Now, I'm looking for some callers calling in too, y'all, in a minute. 708-223-8953. He's a phenomenon on social media, taking pictures of different people, so on and so forth. So I had I don't know how I got word to him, and we finally talked, and I say, he said something to the effect like, he was like, it was a touch of arrogance. It was a class arrogance, and a lot of times people have that because people don't do critical analysis. They haven't heard of the Black Panther Party, haven't heard of the work you do, and it's offensive to me when people say certain things, because I know why I don't get so airplay. And I shouldn't. Maybe I'm being subjective, because a lot of people, they don't know. But I'm real humble when I go to situations. When I see something, situations, I don't have a reactionary assessment. I take into account different dynamics. In other words, give you an example. It's a video I did for Father's Day some years ago. It's the Chairman Fred on Father's Day. It's a video on YouTube. We're gonna post it in a minute. It's a brother, an older brother. He's in there, and he was talking to me. We filmed him on the west side of Chicago, and he told me, he said, I lived in Oakland, California. He described Minister UEP Newton's house. He said, man, he described the house, everything. He said, a situation with Minister, this how he's something word. He said, what? He said, let me tell you a story about Huey. He said, my fault. Minister UEP Newton. He said, he came to his house to eat. He was over his house to eat. He said his wife had made this breakfast, this big meal for Minister UEP Newton. And at the time, he said, when they made the meal, he said, she brought it out. He said he kind of went to a thing with his wife. He said, man, you don't eat pork. Why would you do that? So he said, man, Minister Huey said, your wife made this great breakfast, and that's all you can see. And he said he ate it. He ate the food. He said, man, it blew me away. I met people who talk about who was the stage that when Minister was demoralized. So notice the term we're using. They said they be in the house. They said people getting high, you know what I'm saying? And Minister Huey talking about the people still. You know what I'm saying? Even I tell people on his lowest stages, on his worst day, he stood stronger than a lot of these cats on their best day. I tell people I'm proud of Chairman Fred's tombstone get shot up. In the graveyard, he's shaking them motherfuckers up. You did? Shaking them up. So back to this situation. So the young cat, he's a phenomenon on social media, so on and so forth. So he was like a real cut, like dismissive. What the Black Panther Party doing? So I was like, hold on, I said, tell you what. I said, meet me in my office. And he said, well, it's in the streets. I said, wherever you want to go, pick it. And I'm real big about that because this ain't scripted, none of that. And it didn't happen that time, but fast forward, it ended up happening later on down the road. And today, I was struggling. We was talking, and we got some footage. And he and one question he asked was, he say, why? He said, why? He say, I'm telling all the programs in the Black Panther Party because the stuff that we doing. He said, why I miss them being out on the black people, they leather jackets on the corners, papers and all that, I said, how old are you? He said, 25. I said, yeah, I know you missed that back in the days, the party after the, distribution manager Samuel Napier, make sure the party papers get out there. I know you missed that. Even when Defense Secretary Mark Clark had to come to Chicago when the police was burning the papers up. So you can see discombobulated. See this abstract romanticism that a lot of people that come in there gaslight you, so they can afford to cherry pick and pick out certain things. You start saying the brutal realities. Saying like, want to know how running water at that apartment Chairman Fred and Deborah Johnson stayed in. They don't want to know that. You know what I'm saying? It's a romanticism. You know what I'm saying? And cats don't see the underbelly of this here that comes with this, and we can't afford to show it a lot of times. You know what I'm saying? For the greater good, you did. And so, but it's and I said, this cat 25 now. Now I remember the set of the Judas and Black Messiah, I said, I don't know if this generation gonna be able to grasp the significance of the Black Panther Party free breakfast program. You talking about the generation of cats who got Grubhub, so on and so forth. You did, and I said, I don't know, and so certain conditions are necessary. Leeway until the present day where we at right now. I mentioned, matter of fact, love and respect. I mentioned Fraser Donald to the guy who interviewed me earlier. I talked about the history, man, Miller Fraser, all that. And while I'm talking to, and then the other brother would have said, man, come on, man, you got to teach us. Oh, man. And then while we talking, another brother pulled up. He said he got telling history about the vice lords. They came to the Black Panther Party Free Medical Center. I said, hold on, don't babysit this cat, man. Don't babysit him. And then while I'm talking, go look on Instagram. While we talking, I'm showing the headquarters for the Black Panther Party. A lady walked past. She said, hey, there we talking. And she went, man, she said, man, she said, this is Laquan McDonald's grandmother. I said, hey, my fault. And this young cat, 25, didn't know who Laquan McDonald was. I said, damn. And you trip about them not know who Chairman Fred was. Man, listen. It's going to have to be some conditions. And that's the reality. For all y'all who think we just going to get some green juice and some lava lamps and burn some incense and read some books, let me tell you the necessary ingredients and struggle. Yeah. See, you all. I'm telling you some necessary. See, a lot of y'all look at your cakes and stuff. Oh, grandma made some nice cakes. You think man, them eggs had to be cracked. All the stuff that goes into it. You know what I'm saying? Discipline, telling you, don't run in the kitchen while I'm doing this here. Let me give you a better example. A lot of y'all romanticize, well, back in segregation, our families stuck together. No, motherfucker, a lot of them was put together. Yeah, they was put together. You romanticize all you want to. You know what I'm saying? And see, under intense conditions, see, a lot of people get involved in struggle one of three ways: inspiration, aspiration, or desperation. You dig? And see, a lot of times people, man, Minister UEP say contradictions are the ruling principle of the universe. Contradictions are the ruling principle of the universe. If you think you got to recognize who was real disciples in Chicago, you know what I'm saying, in context of the Stones, Vice Lords. You know what I'm saying? You see who really Crips in context of the Bloods. These are necessary contradictions. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of cats want to avoid that. They want to avoid that. You can't tell what you mean with the Black Panther Party. You know what I'm saying? The police never got out on your ass. You ain't put up on, you know what I'm saying? You hear about the Black Panther Party was selling newspapers. I know that. You know about them comrades, Stan McKinney, rest of them, police taking them down to the station, putting toothpicks under their nails. You know, oh, that's beautiful. Your mother and father, that's a really nice, you know, oh, that is so wonderful. You know about her pregnant going with the gunfire, the police shoot the headquarters. You know about how to run the water up in that motherfucking apartment? These are some of the I say don't talk about it because it run cats up prematurely. But the conditions, as Marcus Garvey said, when all else fails to organize the people, the conditions will. And you see, a lot of people there trying to make the vanguard feel guilty. They're trying to make the vanguard feel it's something that you didn't say. That's why this person don't catch it. I said, no, you cannot miss certain ingredients. In the 60s, niggas needed Nixon. Yeah. Oh, back when we were sitting together. Oh, don't forget Nixon. Don't forget U.S. President Richard Milhouse Nixon. Don't forget the campaign for law and order. Yeah. See, don't forget that whole class piece that was shook up. Just all that Machiavellian talking, playing with you. Oh, John F. Kennedy, it was so Machiavellian, it still got some of your grandmamas in church with the fan. Him and his brother Robert Kennedy and Dr. King on the picture. U.S. President John F. Kennedy, brother Robert Kennedy was Attorney General who authorized the wiretap on Dr. King. Under the Kennedy administration, the assassination attempt after assassination attempt on Comandante Fidel Castro. You dig? The Peace Corps, all this under the Kennedy administration. Don't get me wrong. Don't see a lot of y'all thinking absolute. So you saying that was a good thing? Listen, I ain't with the Democrat or the Republican Party. I ain't with the donkey or the elephant. I'm coming from the cloth for the Black Panther Party. That's the animal I relate to. You dig? And I sympathize for those who they only frame of reference. You dig? It's absolutes. The 6 or half a dozen. That's not the math class I went to. That's not the math class I went to. You dig? I know about self-determination. And you know what I'm saying? It don't look as beautiful. You know what I'm saying? It's not trained like your donkeys and your elephants. You know what I'm saying? It don't eat as much as them. It don't, you know what I'm saying? But hey, it moves with a dignity. we able to distinguish living from existing, reactionary from revolution, stealing from liberating. And it does not adhere to the dictates of the ruling class to say who cool with you this 1 minute, even your assessment of race is relegated to you from the ruling class. Who they give the politics, it gives you a critical analysis. It doesn't come in a blanket nationalism with the Koreans or the Vietnamese, the you know what I'm saying, the Africans. So it ups the ante. When you see what Kim Il-sung had to make it clear to U.S. imperialism, or the North Korea distinguished itself from South Korea. Yeah. It ups the ante. When U.S. aggression against Vietnam, well, Ho Chi Minh and G.I. made it very clear. No, draw the line. You know what I'm saying? Let's be very clear. And the U.S. and see, you may not be clear, but you better believe the U.S. is clear. They can look in your eyes and tell you they done ran enough zoos, they done poached enough gorillas. They can come through in a minute. They can pick out a silverback baby gorilla and say, no, that baby has received the milk from the breastplate of a gorilla, or that one now, we bred them together, we made them. Matter of fact, put that as a spokesperson for the rest of them. Because they so reactionary, they can't even tell the difference. You know what I'm saying? And the deal is, then you'll run away from opportunities when the contradictions are heightened to find out who is who, including yourself. You know what I'm saying? See, I tell you, I ain't Chairman Fred Hampton Jr. just because I look like him and talk like him. I come up in the city to hear you accountable. This ain't no motherfucking no dynasty movie, you know what I'm saying? Say, okay, let's see what he do in the penitentiary. Let's see how he hold fast in Supermax. You know what I'm saying? Contested conditions. That's what's happening right now. Contested conditions. You seeing who is who. You know what I'm saying? In addition to that, you're seeing some contradiction that a lot of y'all ain't believe happen. A lot of y'all ain't believe the white folks even lie, less alone they get into it with each other. You get a nonsense. See, we messed up because white people stick together. That's where this nonsense come from. Do you know about the Berlin Conference? You know all them lines in Africa? All them lines in Africa, you think they just happened? They just happened. There was some great earthquake, and them lines just happened in Africa. Them lines in Africa come from white folks fighting with white folks. With a pope, they call it a conference. When they get down, they fighting over our shit. They fighting over black folk shit. And now they ain't even fighting. They like the Union of Confederates. They got us on the front lines getting down. This the Gold Coast. This a lot of gold. It's Ivory Coast. It was a saying they got in Africa when the colonial borders after the Berlin Conference, the colonial borders got put up. It's a saying in Africa that a man and woman went to bed in Africa and they woke up, and your wife may have been in Guinea, you may have been in Ghana, and you had to identify according to who you being colonized by. And you hear cats around fighting over these stuff, who are Democrat and who are Republican. And I say, man, and it's so relevant right now with Malcolm talking about you don't catch here because you know Democrat and Republican. You know what I'm saying? The commonality. That's one of the dynamics about Captain Ibrahim Traoré. Ain't no side tracking people. A lot of cats don't even know what his religion is. You did? Man, when Saudi Arabia approached him with 500 mosques to be put over there, he said, no, we can schools and hospitals for our people over here, man. See, that common in math, the common denominator, the common factor, and see, and doing certain areas of class peace, you can sidetrack. Let's say class peace, and you sitting around back and forth trying to figure out who Cardi B and with the bed with. You know what I'm saying? You got people, you know what I'm saying? What you can't even look at you missed the tree, the forest for the trees. You sidetracking. People out there playing games, as opposed to you talking about food, clothing, and shelter. You don't see who looks the best, who got this, and what this person says, some trivial stuff that does not correlate to if you eating or dying, concrete basic realities. You know what I'm saying? Under intense conditions, where the conditions are being heightened, and you able to see you learn it in a New York minute. You learn, Cass, I've had the best conversations within the last week that I've had a long time with people. To the best people I haven't talked to in 20 years. I'm like, whoa, where this come from? Because Lenin said, yeah. Lenin said, what takes people 20 years to learn in ordinary times, they learn in 2 years in revolutionary times. See, the 60s, you had, man, motherfuckers talking about the draft. Yeah, they was coming through lock, man, go, man, you was to my Canada, all the discussions was different. You can afford the luxury to an athlete. One just don't know, man, we protest, we demand that this quarter, he become a quarterback. What? It was you had Muhammad Ali say, I unite with the people. I'm not going over the cross seas to fight no yellow man who ain't never called me for a white man to go kill some yellow man who ain't never called me nigga. You did? And it wasn't a blanket assessment. You had to be quick on your feet. You just couldn't come with no race nationalism. You had to take into account time and location. You know what I'm saying? Relationships. And that's society. Man, you listen. You think, man, Elon Musk and Trump and the fell out. Listen, you think they was cool with each other because they a Capricorn or Virgo or they homies or whatever, or they grew they just liked each other. I like the way you dress. Did this here? Business interests, political interests. And it ain't no absolute. You know what I'm saying? When Malcolm X say, hey, it was Malcolm X coming out of Fidel Castro. No permanent friends, no permanent enemies, permanent interests. I tell you, I interest the people. No permanent friends, no permanent enemies, permanent interests. You think they losing sleep? They have, man, what is this still beneficial? Is this still work now? All this abstract stuff that they tell our people who come through. Well, I don't like this. Man, what about the Mexican said blah blah? Did this here. Black folks said this on. Let's go some arguments. Let's go some. And again, I'm be upfront with you. It's some people who I know, if the birth canals and the sperm donors that they have dealt with, or the ones, the females and males, I probably wouldn't have no respect for men and women. I'm telling you, outside your fish tank, outside your aquarium, outside your bubble, you did. I'm telling you, I have geographically and politically been through the Atlantic Ocean. You know what I'm saying? And this politics transcends generations. I've seen the bones at the bottom of the motherfucking Atlantic Ocean. I'm coming with a realistic assessment. I know about Uncle Sam and Sambo, the Gringo and the Negro. I know about the betrayers. I know, you know what I'm saying? I know about the African kings and queens. I know the ones who made deals with the Portuguese that sold me out, but I had no blanket assessment on African people. You did? I know the balance of it. I know about the Chairman Freds as well as the William O'Neills. You did? I know about some hell of a sisters. I know about some motherfuckers who ain't got no motherfucking principles, who do something strange for some change and holler for a dollar. I know about some go-getters in the community. I know about some cats who ain't got no principle. But I know this also. I know, you know what I'm saying? What Lee Keith Stanfield had articulately said, who played William O'Neill in the Judas and the Black Messiah. He said, Chairman Fred learned a lot of things with this project. He said, I learned that there are more people who are more like William O'Neillisk than those who like Chairman Fred. I said, let me throw a comment in there too, though, because it can be defeatism to believe that we outnumbered. Keep this in mind. Quality outweigh quantity. You may technically have a smaller number, but don't make most people, it's not an actual team that you're looking at. You gotta be careful how you address it. You're at a trauma bonding, you will come out and say, you're a sister might come out, she say, oh girl, they get all the guys. They all the guys go for them, you know, her little crew. They ain't no crew. I was struggling with a comrade earlier. I said, I'm so glad I got the politics. See, I'm very careful what I give life to. And you gotta be very careful what you give. See, you gotta put some skin in the game. A lot of these cats don't even be, you know what I'm saying? Chairman Fred said half these motherfuckers be agents, rest of them be stupid. By the time I figure out which one they is, I've been a penitentiary to the graveyard. It's certain dynamics you gotta be real careful that what you give energy to. My political peripheral vision is a motherfucker. I think I see better through that than I see this straight ahead. My political peripheral vision. Man, it's an interview. Minister UEP Noon doing. They kept on talking about he kept saying, you know what, the Viet Cong. So he didn't respond. So then later on he said, you talking about the Vietnamese people? They said, well, he wouldn't even give it life. A reporter asked me one time, the reporter told me, say, one time I talked to you, he said, I thought you was deaf. I said, why you say that? He said, I kept referencing these other organizations, the Black Panthers. You never gave it life. I said, you don't say. You don't say. See, you have this here. You think Mike Tyson get the floor, just run around everybody swinging him? You know what I'm saying? Man, you got what you give life to? It's like in the movie Sinners. Everybody outside, they need you to say, "Come on in." They need you to say, "Come on in." They be outside, and you go back and look and say, "Damn, I never thought about this." But the person said, blah, you be like, "Man, how y'all get into it?" Man, dude said, "Blah." Man, you give it life. Man, it's a million motherfuckers. Shit. It be tempting, especially this day of social media. You can be very careful what you give life to. Real talk. Very careful with that. People say, "Well, man, the Made Common community, they ain't never came, stood with us." I say, man, I gotta be real careful with that argument, because I say, if I limit on some of within my own community, who I come stand with if they came for us, I say, man, and again, this is no argument to push people to say in regards to coalition building. Someplace it's premature, and I got to be on a pivot. It's certain times say, hold on, it's premature. We can't, because see, you had the politics, you would be coming to, well, I think this Negroes should hook up with the cartel, but hold on. You go back and look at the template of the rank. When I throw them names out there, you think Chairman Frey was just shooting the dice? Let me go find some Puerto Ricans to hook up and talk to. Let me go find some of the white cats to talk to. You know what day you want to do today? It's people in the Black Panther Party that tell you Chairman Frey didn't take them to certain meetings. Real talk. I be telling them, they be like, damn, it never dawned on them. Damn, Chairman, Chairman Frey said revolution is a scientific art that must be perfected. Timing, location, all that's imperative. You know what I'm saying? Man, you look at, man, and you can't look at this elementary assessment. They come, go, man, look at what's happening in Africa with the Sahel Alliance, you know what I'm saying? Niger, Mali, you did Captain Ibrahim Traoré, and you not compromising your self-determination. We had some discussion dialogue with our present-day Rainbow Coalition, indigenous community, the natives. We talked some years back. This was before Standing Rock.